What's poppin' YouTube? It's your boy Weezy Moto. Back at you with another video, man. What we gonna do today? We going downtown, man. I'm gonna take y'all to a place where it used to exist. The early 50s. I'll tell y'all more about it when we get down here. Just seeming like I'm finding a little bit more history on black history, what the city used to be, before the 60s and 70s, because if anybody remembers, back then it was still kind of like a lot of segregation. So it's a whole lot of history here, but I'm finding it a little bit more interesting because it's kind of it's not like it hits home for people, but people can kind of relate to it a little bit because there's still some remnants of it in today's time. Like, we still have people treating people differently because of their nationality or skin color or whatever. So I find it interesting, that where it stems from comes from a place where people were just trying to live, and they had struggles and they had problems with doing so. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to catch little bitty interesting parts of that history. And this is nothing to do with how people do with black and white and all of that. I just think that's the history of the city. It's nothing to do with who you are, what you believe in. This is just history, man. And I think it's interesting because people still kind of, not as much, it's not as bad or prevalent, but people still kind of go through that in today's time. So that's what we're gonna do, man. We're gonna go down here. I'm gonna show y'all the part where it was kind of interesting to me to what happened to those people. So holla at y'all when I get down here, man. I'm gonna take this ride, have some fun in traffic, maybe. All right, see y'all in a minute. Alright, we down here. I think it's to my left. So I gotta go up because it's a one-way street. So I think, I'm not sure. I think it's a one-way. What I'm wanting to do is go down and then come back. I don't know if I'm gonna have to, but I think it's over to my left. Alright, here's Muhammad Ali. See this street right here I'm on? It used to be called Walnut Street back in the early 50s. 60s up until maybe I think the 70s, mid to late 70s. See how it says Muhammad Ali? It used to be called Walnut Street, and what Walnut Street used to be was a party district or a business and party. It had bars, it had banks, it had a lot of things that around the segregation when they didn't allow black people to participate or be around this area right here. This is 4th Street Live. 4th Street Live used to be where the white people used to party. And then down this way, see right past these buildings right here, all of this. See that parking lot? We're gonna pull in over here. And I'm gonna let y'all know something. Alright, so we're gonna do. Pull up over here. We're gonna talk about it. See this parking lot right here? This parking lot, let's get in the sun so you can actually see me. We're gonna act like we paying, so we're gonna sit in a handicap spot. Alright, so you can see me. This parking lot that I'm sitting in, I want to face the other way, but I noticed if I'm like not in the sun, hold on, I probably can turn sideways. We're gonna turn so you can see. Believe it or not, WWF used to wrestle in there, the gardens right there. This parking lot, that parking lot across, and the parking lot behind me right here was, see that building's shut down, you can't even use it, but it was known as Walnut Street. And during segregation time, black people couldn't go. See where I just passed up back in that area by the two big buildings, passed right there. They couldn't go really party over that area because, you know, segregation, we couldn't really mix, right? And what they did was they made it to where, let me hop off, you know, you could come out this way and you can party and stuff, but you know, you had to have your own stuff, right? So what black people did, what they did was they came out and they made their own area, and they took these buildings and they turned them into bars, they turned them into businesses. What they did, they turned this part into their section, where because they couldn't go over there, right? And they started to build it up. You know, it became very, very it was big. You know, it wasn't bigger than you would think, but it was a whole lot going on, and it was building. It was getting bigger. You know, once it started, it was kind of, you know, small. Like, oh, we do our stuff over here. You know, but then. A lot of white counterparts, like business owners and white men, they started to see, and they started to put money into it and help it out.
The heart.
Historian Ken Clay says in a time of segregation, when African Americans weren't even allowed to try on clothing at the stores 2 blocks over on 4th, Walnut Street was supported by whites.
Louisville was very unique in that it had a very strong relationship between the black power brokers of Louisville and the white power brokers of Louisville.
It was a very exciting time, and there were a large number of whites in Louisville who embraced Walnut Street and supported black commerce with their money.
And this building right here, River City, it used to be a place where, see how it has that cover? That white cover right there with it's a building behind that.
Only remaining building
on this part of town right now, Walnut Street. That's right. Nothing else survived.
The Mammoth Life Insurance Building at 6th and Walnut housed the barber shop owned by Ed Hamilton's dad. You can see the shop in the front of the building. Mammoth Life is that only building from Walnut Street's heyday still standing. It is now River City Bank, covered with a facade. So your dad's shop was right here?
Right in this area, Yeah.
That's covered up. That's the only building that lasted out here. Everything else was tore down. I don't think the gardens was here.
What in heaven's name? They're flying! Look at that.
But River City right here, if you can look, I don't know if you can see it. Probably can't see it. But behind that white in that little ventilation looking thing is another building. It's covered up. And it was the place where blacks had insurance, you know, the assistance. It was a bank. They did loans there. It was a lot of things that they did inside that building that helped people. You know, it was a business. It was one of the biggest businesses out here. Of course, it got taken over. River City Bank, River City Bank took it over, but it's the only building that lasted, obviously, because they turned it into a bank. But there was pharmacies, there was grocery stores. It's pretty much a place where black people would go and you know, do their partying and hanging out. They had blues singers. I forgot the lady's name, but she was a very popular blues singer.
Once you hit Walnut Street,
That tempo meant the top blues and jazz singers in America at the time.
Now the blues will make you feel.
Helen Humes, a star born in Louisville, sang after high school on Walnut Street for Louisville's first black band.
That was my heart.
And the most famous blues star in the 50s, the Queen of the Blues, Detroit's Dinah Washington, came often to Walnut Street's Lyric and Grand Theater.
I put her in the video. You know, this area was real big. It's kind of weird because there's another spot in Louisville that's called Nulu. I think that kind of fell off after a while, but then they revived it. I always wonder what it would be like if, you know, black people had their own little, not only black people, but kind of like Nulu has their own spot. There's no other real spots downtown besides 4th Street. 4th Street, they went away from the party district. It used to be a party district. It used to be where people would go party, like young, like all of these parking lots right here and over there was full because of 4th Street. And you would walk over there. It's not like that no more. It's more of a, you go and eat. It's not a place where you go and party no more. But they do have like concerts and stuff like that over there. But yeah, man, this is Walnut Street. Sorry for picking from fucking. This is Walnut Street, man. And you know, I like to show this type of history because, you know, a lot of people forget. They forget what happened. I'm not saying that it would still be here because it was during the time of what they call it.
They tore down all the other business.
Urban renewal was devastating to more than just buildings.
When the neighborhoods go and the money goes and the people go, then your business suffers.
urban renewal came through and it just destroyed the whole area, meaning relationships were lost.
It just comes back to me, you know. I look over and I say, oh, there's so-and-so, oh, there's so-and-so.
But I'll put it in, but it was a thing that they did when they revived cities. They would tear down certain areas that they thought was bringing the city down, and then they would tear down and rebuild. I forgot what it's called, city revival, something like that. I put it in there. You couldn't really do nothing about it. It was more government. The government did it. How you doing, man? Nah, I'm all right. When I start riding, it get cold.
Oh, okay,
Yeah. All right, man. Yeah, it definitely was a area that could be a whole lot better than you would think now. You know what I'm saying? Back then, of course, you didn't have much, but as things build and build and build, more money comes in and things get better. But they tore it down because the government just didn't want it, you know. And kind of understand why at those times it just wasn't fair for certain groups of people. And but I just wanted to put that in my channel just to talk about it, you know. I just want to talk about it. Now we're gonna go over here to the plane crash. I always wanted to go over there. Alright y'all, this is, to my right, it's about to be UPS, the actual base where the airport that it takes off at. So we're gonna ride all the way down through here. There's the airplanes, all of them. That shit was crazy, bro. They back up and running. You know what I'm saying? It's $1 billion organization, man. They ain't about to shut that down way too long. They make way too much money, bro. They gonna shut him down too long. But it was crazy, man. It was crazy. I wasn't there. I was on my way back to that spot that I'm about to go to, which I probably can't pull in there. I don't have a truck. Plus, I'll be in everybody's way. But I was on my way back to the spot right across the street from where the explosion happened. So I'll show you that. But this is UPS right here. For those that's curious, which I don't think nobody gives a fuck. I don't think nobody even knows too much about it. But if you do, you have heard of it. This is where it happened at. So I'm gonna take y'all by there on my way back. But this is it, man. This is UPS, where everybody works. A lot of college kids. I don't really know what the death toll is there, but we're not really gonna focus on that. You know, rest in peace to them people. You know, love out to the family. I don't really want to focus on, you know, people's dying and being taken away from their families like that. You know what I'm saying? So what we're gonna do, we just gonna kind of like look at what happened over here. Maybe we'll see something, I don't know, maybe not. There's a lot of cars that ride through there, but we're gonna literally ride past where it went over. I'll show you the video of how it went over, and I'll show you exactly the spot that it did it at.
12 people are dead, including one child, following yesterday's fiery UPS plane crash in Louisville, Kentucky. Officials expect that number to increase, sadly. Investigators today recovered the plane's cockpit voice recorder and the data recorder. They appear to be intact. Video shows flames shooting from the left wing as the plane took off. It was headed to Honolulu.
But you can't do too much over here. They got FBI. FBI and everybody's over here still doing investigating and all kind of stuff. This light's out because of power lines and stuff down here. But yeah, this, see to the left right here, that's where I drop off. I pick up trailers from here. This is Ford Motor Company, power plant, whatever. We pick up over here and then I take it to another area in Louisville, well, Kentucky, and in Louisville. It's in Lebanon. But see, right across the street, right here, see, that's where I go in. Just kind of be follow the laws right here. See all them people? It's FBI and shit like that. Right here. This is where it went over. See that left right here? It took off right there, flew over here to the left. The building over here to the left was the building where the wing clipped. Fucked some shit up too. I don't know if they're using that turn back. I don't know if they're using that point, takeoff point right there. But we'll come back. You know, I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna go down here and turn around. Let's go over here. If you're a millionaire, or if you want to waste some money, you want to get you a private jet, this is where you'll come in at. if you got that type of bread, you can get you a private jet right here. But yeah, I'm gonna show you. I wish I could catch a plane taking off. Where they take off, I think the airport's down this way. See, Muhammad Ali, Louisville International, whatever, that's the airport. This is UPS. So UPS takes off going that way. I'm pretty sure they could land this way too, but majority of the times you would see them coming in, landing right in here. And then they turn and they go do their thing. But the plane was taking off down that way. When it took off, I guess it had some type of engine problem, and the left engine on the left wing caught fire. So, you know, of course, pieces are flying off and everything's going crazy, and it got into the other engines and it caused it to blow up right after it got maybe 200 feet in the air. And 200 feet for one of them airplanes ain't high at all. It probably was the most scariest fucking thing if you've seen it happening and it's coming your way. Imagine looking up and seeing a fucking airplane. It looked like a 747. I don't know. 747 is bigger than that, but that's a big plane. It's a cargo plane. Imagine that falling down on your business. And that's what happened, bro. That shit fucked shit up, bro. It fucked some stuff up. A lot of people hurt. But I don't know what happened to the plane. I think they looking for the black box. They might have already got it. But they're probably still looking for the black box. We're gonna go back down there. I'm gonna show y'all again where it took off. You see where I pointed, where it went? So it went down, the engine caught fire. There's one right there, kind of close. See that left engine right there on that wing? That caught fire. So when it was burning, before it took off, it blew, and it blew shit into the other one, and it caused the whole fucking plane, by the time it got into the air, to blow up. When it blew up, it came right back down, you know. So you got all kind of jet fuel on top of the fire, smacking the ground, and I got a video of a guy that works over in that area seeing that happen. And then, see right here? This is where it took off. It was coming down this way. And it hit that right there. Well, it took off right there and it got over. The craziest thing is that nothing happened right here. It got over and it got to that building. See that? I don't know if you can see that, where that building was clipped. Was hit. It got over there and the wing hit that building, and then it crashed inside of everything that's going on over there. All of those companies, all those trucking companies and buildings. And did a lot of damage, man. Hope we put them pictures. Damn, I missed it, bro. You good?
Look at the tire, bro.
Damn.
Yeah, I lost the traction.
That's crazy. I seen you.
I lost the traction. I pressed too much the fucking gas, man, bro.
Damn.
What should I do now?
Huh?
What should I do now? Go what?
Call, well, you can call, well, you got AAA?
State Farm.
Call State Farm and see if they can get you a tow truck. Yeah, get you a tow truck and they'll pull you out. Yeah, just call your insurance company.
Yo, man, bro.
I seen it. I was like, damn, I thought you was good.
No, me too. I thought, well, I got it, but the car just dropped me off all the way to here.
Damn. I thought you caught it right here. Yeah, just. I seen it. I said, damn. I thought you had caught it and you was gone. I came over here. I was like, I got to see if he's all right. But yeah, I would call your insurance company and they'll give you a tow truck. That's bad luck for him. He could have caught it if it wasn't for that curb. But he bounced out, like he hit the gas hard. I think he was trying to drift it out there and he lost it. And then he tried to catch it too hard and spun back the other way. I was like, oh shit, I thought he did all right. I thought he was good. And I got over there, bro, and broke his wheel bearing. He's gonna have to get a whole new wheel bearing. Hopefully he didn't break his axle or nothing crazy. He's probably just gonna have to take it, get it towed, and then pay a couple $100 maybe. Get that shit put back on, he'll be all right.